What's up, everybody? This is Justin Buzz. I'm back with a real quick video. I wanted to title this video what I titled it because I wanted to expose something. And I wanted to be very clear about why I think how I think and how disappointing it is to see what's been going on. I did a video a couple days ago, maybe about 3 or 4 days ago, talking about a guy by the name of Deshaun Watson. And I talked about how he didn't get charged with anything and how he was going to probably go on and have a restart of his career because it's been put on hold due to these allegations. But I want to talk about how all these pro-blacks who are part of the elite class of society in the mainstream news media, yeah, I'm talking about them, the people who should be defending him, the Stephen A. Smiths, the Ryan Clarks, the ESPN analysts who are black, the other analysts who are black, and all the commentators, all the people who are always talking about racism this and racism that and BLM and all this other stuff. The man didn't get charged because a jury of his peers said that there's not enough there in terms of evidence for them to really believe anything that was going on, and so they weren't going to charge. And in spite of that, they're still allowing this notion, this idea to go along that he's guilty because somebody just said that he did something. This black man, a man who they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be all pro-black and talk about racism, but yet they don't even go by the justice system that says that you are innocent until proven guilty. And yet they've allowed this man's character to be smeared and for him to be called a rapist and a sexual assaulter and say that he doesn't deserve to play football and angry about his contract and how he doesn't deserve to go on with his life. And I don't know how you can let this guy come to your team when he has this stuff hanging over his head. And meanwhile, what they don't think about, it's hypocrisy, because if America's so racist, why would you then trust the justice system? Why would you believe something that somebody just comes up with and says against this man without there being evidence and corroborating evidence? Why didn't anybody do a actual investigation into this story and actually find out what happened during these quote unquote sexual assault allegations or whatever allegations that they are? Why didn't anybody do that? Why didn't any of these pro-black reporters go and do that and find a way to get to the bottom of it? If he's guilty, he's guilty. But if he's innocent, I mean, to me, it would seem like it would be just another way of being able to prove white supremacy is real in America, right? But nobody in the mainstream media did that. Notice this. And they're still going along with this lie that he is a rapist and he's this and he's that. And he permanently should always be looked at as a rapist and an assaulter of women. Hasn't been charged with the crime, isn't going to be charged with the crime. Jury of his peers said they didn't think that the evidence was there to do it. And they continue to go along with this lie that was put up by the media. That's right. The same white mainstream media that all these black people all of a sudden, for some reason, think that is down for them and actually is looking out for them. When meanwhile, they've done this to black men all throughout the last 3-4 years, and they haven't said nothing. You guys watched as they assassinated and assailed the character of Bill Cosby and said that he was guilty, even though there was no evidence to the facts of what it was that he did. There were no corroborating facts and evidence to go along with it. You guys went along with R. Kelly being charged with a Jack Johnson statute that is used to basically make it so that black men can't talk to white women. And you guys don't think that that's funny that he's being charged with a racketeering statute. And you keep going around with this myth that he's being charged of rape and all this other stuff, and you allow the media to take him down. Why? Because, well, we don't care about R. Kelly. He's an easy target. We all know that he's guilty. We all know he's guilty of something. I mean, it don't matter, right? Then Deshaun Watson comes up, he shouldn't have did what he did. When there's so many people who say something, and I mean, it got to be true. I mean, never mind the fact that they are going to bring criminal charge. Never mind the fact that they're just going to civilly bring charges because they want money. That's what it is. Never mind that. We don't really care. I mean, he shouldn't have did what he did. And you watch as they find men. I watched them do this to Chris Brown. They sell this character. I watched them do this to a whole bunch of black men when there was just an accusation with no facts, no evidence, and then they get painted with this brush of being a rapist, a sexual assaulter, a criminal, and a bad guy. You pro-blacks who are going along with this and ain't saying nothing, you didn't say nothing about Bill Cosby. You watched as guys like Mark Lamont Hill were sitting there talking about how Bill Cosby ain't innocent, even though he got out and his conviction was overturned. Well, that don't mean that he's innocent. The same pro-blacks who claim that they're pro-black, you guys are a tool and an arm of white supremacy that you talk about so much to keep black people looking a certain type of way to the national media. You're the ones who keep black people down because you're there to basically gatekeep and make sure that there's always this perception. I'm just exposing this because I just think I find it funny that nobody wants to defend this man while these white women analysts get on TV and talk trash about this black man who's been cleared of all charges. And nobody comes along and says, nah, you ain't gonna talk about this brother no more. He had his day in court. He's innocent. Let that man go. Listen, normally I like to do, videos where I tell people about the Bible, I tell people about God, I tell people about Jesus Christ. But listen, I'm telling all you pro-blacks who claim that you're for black people, you sit up there and you let stuff like this happen and go on, and you just buy into and feed into the narrative and just repeat what the media tells you because they said it. You are the agent that white supremacy uses to keep the perception of black men what it is nationally. You are, not me. This Uncle Tom is the only guy who was defending Bill Cosby. This Uncle Tom is the only guy who said, listen, if Deshaun Watson's guilty, he'll have his day in court, but until then, that man's innocent until proven guilty. This Uncle Tom is the only guy saying R. Kelly being put in jail under a racist law is wrong. They don't want to listen to me, though. I'm just an Uncle Tom. I'm just against the black community, while the pro-blacks who are getting paid and getting money off of y'all like BLM and getting extra houses, they let it go on. They let it continue. So who really is the agent of white supremacy here? Who really is helping and aiding and abetting white supremacy? You are in direct agreement and congruence with the agenda to demonize and to put a false picture of black men out to the national media if you continue to do this. And this is why you'll never hear me talk about me being pro-black and all this other stuff, because I know the truth. And now you know the truth. So the question is, America, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to call people out for being hypocrites? Or is it going to take me, the Uncle Tom, the sellout, to let you know what's real. Till next time, everybody, it's Justin Bozeman. I'm signing out.